Hey, what's up? I got some item filter information for you, so you better listen up. For the divination cards, I highly recommend Snap Overwatch YouTube channel. He's a party member of Empyrean, and I strongly believe that Snap is actually the party leader, and he has highly recommendable stuff. And for example, he also recommended the div cord, and I will link to this video in the description below. And you should definitely watch it and maybe subscribe to him. About the item class Ring. The ring is really nice for making puns and jokes, but I know nothing else about it. The wands are likely for minions. And stackable currency, the wild, vivid and primal are the base ones, very common I assume. And the sacred one is the rarest one. And I assume there are different rarities for the craft. Some maybe only need one sacred life force, but if you want, for example, a fractured prefix modifier, then you probably have to pay up big time. Then for the item class pieces, Ultimatum Aspect. Chris Wilson compared them to something like Harbinger, where you place the different fragments of the unique besides each other in your inventory or your stash, and then it turns into a full unique that you can wear. And I think if you align the aspects properly, then you get an engraved ultimatum, which is the map that you can run and fight the ultimatum boss. And I strongly believe that you can actually shop for the different aspects that you want. For example, if your build can handle the choking miasma very easily, then you buy that. Whichever you want and your build can handle, then you buy them up and turn them into the map. And I will link to the modifiers as well in the description, so you can check out which exist and which you can handle. I believe Ruin are some of the most difficult ones to handle, and limited flasks and treacherous auras, but you have to look for yourself. And for the pinnacle bosses, or maybe only for the uber pinnacle bosses, you get new reliquary keys where you can get a foiled item, so the same unique that can basically drop in the boss fight, you get with a new shiny aura on it. Every so often when you get a reliquary key, you basically get double the loot or double the value out of your set. And for example, I believe the Forgotten is from the Cortex. The Decaying could be either the Eat of Worlds or the Elder. Cosmic is probably one of the fire bosses, the minor boss. Archive is very likely the Shaper. And then for the map tiers, I wrote down all of the maps that I consider running. Mainly it's because of the layout. Occasionally it's also because of the divination cards that can drop from there. In tier 1 I like Strand the most. In tier 2 the Crimson Temple. In tier 3 Park and Defiled Cathedral. Tier 4 has Atoll, Shore, Phantasmagoria and Primordial Pool. And for Vaal Pyramid, Chris Wilson said that in high-end Vaal content we can get the stuff that we need for Ultimatum. Maybe Vaal Pyramid is also considered high-end game if you run it as a T16 maybe. But I strongly believe it's only in Atziri, Uber Atziri and Alva's Temple, maybe from the end boss. And maybe it's also from the side areas in maps. In tier 5 we have Crimson Township, and this one can also drop the Apothecary card. That's a strong contender. And Geyser is a really nice map layout. And for T6 we have Jungle Valley, Plateau and Spider Forest. And I think Spider Forest can drop the Doctor because Burial Chambers got removed. And then you can farm your headhunter in there. And in tier 7 I like none of the maps. In tier 8 Canyon is a really nice map, but the bosses could occasionally be difficult. For tier 9 Residence I believe can drop the Sephirot card from Dominus, which gives you 10 Divine Orbs for 11 cards. And Pier is also a really nice layout. In tier 10 we have Underground River, which is straightforward but a bit too long in my opinion. Racecourse is really nice because it has 3 bosses and it's very easy to run. Usually people run one side until the boss and then run the other side back to the portal. In tier 11 we have Alleyways, which is kind of decent layout, a bit long in my opinion. Peninsula is really nice. It's a quick dense map, but the bosses could occasionally be twins, and then they have the death immunity aura and affect each other. Then you just have to wait until one of them rolls away and then you can kill them both. And Belfry is really nice because you can get divination cards that give you 10 chaos, which is called the Wrath, and it's very common, but the boss of the map is really tiresome. In tier 12 we have Cemetery, which is a great overall map. Promenade, where you can farm odd quality gems, and Port has a really nice layout as well, and it drops Exalted cards and the card for Blanch of Hands as well as for Fusings, but the Exalts aren't worth that much anymore presumably. And Silo also has a really nice layout. Tier 13 didn't have any nice maps in my opinion. In tier 14 we have Underground Sea, which has nice density, and I strongly assume MESA will be one of the most meta maps in this season again. And Armory, I think you can drop the Patience card or the nurse, I'm not sure right now. I think it was the patients, and you can farm your doctors and headhunter that way. And Ashenwood is always really nice and dense. For T15 we have Dunes and Grotto as well as Arcade. And I think Dunes will be a hot favorite for every Legion farmer and Breach farmer. Grotto has a really nice layout, has also divination cards that are very interesting. I think for Crown of Ice, it's very common unique in Trade League. And Arcade also could drop the Saint, which gives exalted cards but isn't worth that much anymore, but it has a nice layout, and 2 bosses. And for T16 we have Waste Pool and Arid Lake, depending on your skill. Maybe you want thin corridors, then you get with Waste Pool, for example if you run a Blade Vortex. And if you have a skill that has a lot of coverage, then you might want to consider running the Arid Lake. I will have at least one more video coming up, which will be Atlas passives, and if I figure something really cool out during the league, then I will likely stream it on here or on my Twitch, so you can subscribe if you want to have some insights as soon as I figure them out, else you may have to wait a few days until I get to make a video on it. So, thanks for liking, subscribing, watching, and until next time, bye bye!